But let me also say, in order to enhance transparency of the operations of CMOs, we are committed to deploy technology that will ensure that our members are able to follow through and see how their music is doing. Some of the people make a lot of noise in town and malign their CMOs. There are people whose music is only known within the confines of their bedroom. Nobody listens to that music. Yeah? In fact, there are people I meet and I'm like, you are also a musician. Which song? They don't know that we can only serve you when your music is used. It has to be played on radio station. You must hear it in matatus and so on. And even when it is played, now one of the challenges that we have been having is that music is seasonal. Utatoa kibao leo and itavuma, you know, it will be playing everywhere. Even something popping up on the phone, it will be that music, like the way this guy of Vida did last year. But if at that point in time, the CMOs are not functional, they don't have a license, they are not collecting, that guy loses. It's like the farmer who has planted maize in his shamba. Then it is harvesting time. And that time when you're harvesting, the government is not buying the maize and the markets are not functioning. That's how musicians have been becoming poor. I actually get very irritated when I see people blaming CMOs. And I say, how can people have gone to school, ministers in government, senior officials, be this ignorant? Because the business of copyright is like the farmer. If I produce a beautiful song, the way we have had, we say South Soul, the likes of Sarah K, Wamoyo, the likes of Nonini, King Kaka, and so on, you produce quality content. It is seasonal in respect to the operations of the CMOs. If there is no license that time, if the CMOs are not functioning, that time will pass. Just the same way the farmer who has planted maize, harvested, and nobody's buying, the market is not functional, there are no policies from the government, what happens? You'll end up pouring the maize, giving it away. That's how the music operates. Now I'm trying to bring that ecosystem together to say, when someone has produced their song like today, and it's a hit everywhere, it's playing on radio, playing on public service vehicles, on taxis, on radio, on TV, in social gatherings, that is the time when CMOs now come in handy, because they collect when your music is used in public places. Obviously, the business of music or CMOs is not the only main item of income. In fact, it is item number 5 to 7, if not even much lower in the value chain. But the work of CMOs only comes in when that music is booming and is playing everywhere. We collect royalties. That's the only way we can benefit. So we must also be strategic to know when are you producing the song. Because if you wanted to benefit from CMOs, then if you produce it when they have no license, when they have been treated badly, when they are not operational, then you don't gain. And that's why I have told the minister, we cannot be having a licensing regime that gives CMOs a license for 1 year. There's no other business that works that way. Licenses for music should be about 3 years. That way you are able to plan your strategic plans, arrange and plan and communicate not just to the consumers, but even to the producers themselves, to the creatives, so that they know, now we have a license for 3 years. Within these 3 years, we are not being interrupted, so we can go flat out, produce our music, market it, sell it, and ensure that CMOs are able to collect. We have been getting a license sometimes for 4 months. What can you do? So the problem has actually been the regulator. The government itself has contributed to the suffering of musicians today, because they have been having corrupt, inept, total inefficiency and the lack of imagination at the regulatory level.